difference between non-self and self is Rob self, liver non-self, right?
Right.
So the body over evolution of thousands of years have said, what? I'm going to send out surveillance cells, meaning your white blood cells are out there looking for bacteria, looking for viruses.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to come up against this liver and go, that ain't mine. Attack, attack, attack. So the body will go into overdrive and start producing cells or white blood cells that will go and try and kill that foreign body before it kills you, right? So what we do is we give you the anti-rejection meds, because what it does is it tells your body, tells you to lower that immune response, right? And tells you it's okay, leave it alone.
Wow.
You know, so we lower that ability to attack that organ.
And the number one pill to do that is called?
Prograf or Tricolomus.
So what did you say, if there's only one damn pill
If you can only get one damn pill in for the day, it better be that
Prograf.
It better be that Prograf.
And it's taken twice a day, the same time.
Consistently 12 hours apart.
Why is that so important?
Because like we said, you know, we want to keep an even amount in your system, right? So over the years, we've learned that we have to have an absolute minimal amount in your system, right? We know from levels and research and studies. Remember when we talked about yesterday, what we learned from people in the past is helping him today, and what we learn from him today will help people in the future, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we want an absolute certain level. It's between two numbers, right? We want an absolute certain level, but if you're taking it, you know, inconsistently, then it makes it hard on our providers to regulate your drugs. Remember, it's a custom plan for him. And you're also setting him up for rejection. Because 1 minute you've got too much, and 1 minute you've got not enough. Okay, if you got too much, then it's headache, nausea, vomiting, all that. And if you don't have enough, then everything will start going after that non-self liver. That's it.
If he does get a headache, never take what?
Well, I mean, you can take whatever the
Advil or Tylenol is better, or
Tylenol, but keep it to less than 2 grams a day. If it's a chronic thing, those are provider questions.
Right. Okay.
But if it's a headache that cannot be relieved by Tylenol, that's a phone call to the provider. If he gets flashy lights, it looks like, you know, you got cotton candy, you know, trickling down in front of you. It looks like Skittles everywhere. Those are phone calls to the provider, because that's telling us that maybe you have a little bit too much Prograf in your system. Okay? Why it happens that way, you can say, hey, I took it. No. Why all of a sudden do I have way too much? Well, guess what? It's called humanity. You're human.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what happens.
That's why he's got to be checked so often.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
It's the further out from transplant you get. So all that inflammation that's going on in the body, that upset, the uproar that's going on inside of him, kind of starts settling down. And usually around about the 6-7 month part, you kind of get a good idea of where they're going to land. So usually about 6 to 12 months out from transplant, we will not test his blood as often, but we still will be testing the blood. And you may be trucking along for 3 or 4 years, and like all of a sudden, poof, Prograf levels are just all out of whack. It's nothing you did. It's nothing that we did. It's the nature of the beast. Educate yourself on the side effects of Prograf, the meds that you take. The more you understand about the medicine that you take, the more you'll understand, like, okay, that's kind of normal and that's not. Okay? So if you really look into, don't get into the chemical compounds, but look at the side effects. What is acceptable and what is not.
And Prograf, it's the same with a heart, lung, everything.
Unless you're not really jiving too well, because, you know, we're humans. I can take something, like I'm deadly allergic to penicillin. You can take it. Why can't I take it? Why can you take it?
I see.
You know? So some people are allergic to the medicine, so they have to take another anti-rejection
Really?
drug.
You've had people allergic to Prograf?
Yeah.
What do they give you
The
instead?
cyclosporin.
Okay. So there is another option.
Yeah, there is another option.
What if you're allergic to both? Then you're
Oh
screwed.
my gosh, then we put you on sirolimus. If you're on that, I don't know what. I don't know. It's not. It's
Well,
not. a
thank
pretty
God we're
picture.
not
It's
allergic.
We
Can you
don't.
empty out this bottle?
The what?